Tegan was my daughter Shannon's dog. If I remember correctly, she got him when her best friend Matthew, who had committed suicide when he was 20, dog had puppies. She got one of them. Tegan looked like a mix of a boxer and a pit bull and a bull mastiff. He was very big and had a big heart. When Shannon got one of the puppies, it was not a good time for her to be taking on a dog. She had been diagnosed with colon cancer at 20 years old when a 2.5 foot long tumor ruptured her colon on Christmas Day. I was in Michigan at the time taking care of my mother, and I would drive down to Indiana to help her as the chemo was making her very ill. She lived in an upstairs apartment, and Tegan, who had grown quite big by this point, needed to be taken out and walked. I thought she should get rid of the dog. He was too big for that apartment and too much for her to handle at that time. Then one day, I took him out in the backyard to do his business, and I watched him picking up some things in his mouth and carrying them to the edge of the yard over and over. I went over to see what he was doing, and there were teeny tiny pink rabbits in a pile. I had no idea why he'd moved them, and he didn't even eat them. I took him in, and a few minutes later, a guy arrived to mow the grass. He would have mowed right over the bunny nest if Tegan hadn't moved them to a safe spot in the yard. That's the day I fell madly in love with Tegan. He was a very special dog. My son Aaron trained him to sit and lay, shake paw, stay, and then he would pretend like he was shooting him and Tegan would play dead. In 2007, they were living at Shannon's dad's in Indiana and the house caught fire, so they had to go live in a hotel for a while. My husband and I brought Tegan to Kentucky to live with us. We took him on many adventures. Then we got our dog Karma, and they became best friends. At some point, we took Tegan to the vet, and they discovered he had cancer or growths, and we paid a couple grand to have them removed, and he was fine after that. Years later, not long before he passed, we found out he had the cancer again, and we decided not to put him through that. The recording at the end is Tegan singing to the siren from the fire department on the corner. He could talk. He would respond when you talked to him, and he would howl at sirens. He loved to go on car rides. He loved to swim in the creek or the lake and play fetch with his ball. He loved getting sticks in the yard and getting you to throw them. He was a great dog. We all miss him and love him dearly.
You singing, Teegan? Ooh, can you talk? Can you talk? Let me hear you talk. Teegan, can you talk? What? What'd you say? What? Did you teach Karma how to talk? Karma can talk now. Can you talk? What? Did you talk? What? Well, tell me. What you talking about, Teegan? What? What you talking about? Huh? What? What? Tell me. Say it. Speak, Teegan.